Good morning, Dina Wall here from Team 12 with operations for your August 19th operational briefing. Starting with the salmon fire, this fire remains at 95% containment and is in mop-up status as needed. Moving to the Bedrock Fire, and I'm going to start at the Division Oscar Yankee break down here at what we've been calling the bottom of the boot. Moving clockwise, we have a burnout operation that's largely going to be completed by midday today, tying into another burnout operation that's been going on up here, a little more direct to the fire across the southern edge of the fire. A couple hotshot crews have been operating in here. Today that would be about mostly securing that burnout operation and making sure it's good and tied in with this direct piece of line along the rest of the southwestern end of this fire. This portion of the fire that was burned out a number of periods ago has been looking good and remains secure. Coming up around, there's the Gold Creek drainage in here that's been burned out yesterday for a bit and continues to be burned out today with a hotshot crew in here identifying the best route of travel for a direct line and that burnout operation to tie it into the 18. It's a little tricky in there, so it's really important that they find the best way to secure that piece of line. All right, moving up into Division Alpha. This piece of the fire's edge has been secure now for a number of days. We're feeling really good about that piece of line. Coming up into a little bit more of a challenging area, we were in a thermal belt last night and we had active burning all night long as we were attempting to go as direct as possible in this piece of line in order to secure that. And because of that thermal belt and the burning we were experiencing, we were unable to be successful with that direct piece of line. So that's okay. We've got this piece of line in here in place. Great plan for burning this out, a little less direct there, and that should be completed by end of shift today. Working with Weyerhaeuser and our partners there, they were successful yesterday in putting in a tethered line here. So that's a piece of line for indirect containment. And it's just a nice open piece of line done with a piece of equipment in very steep country. They were successful putting that in yesterday, and we will look to be utilizing that piece of line or a piece of hand line a little closer into the boundary here, still in steep country, and we'll just be assessing for the possibility to do that. All right, this has been, though, however, the piece of line where we have the most fire coming down into Little Fall Creek, which has been presenting, the biggest challenge related to containing that. So we've got great plans to, if needed, drop down into Little Fall Creek and burn that out to best secure it. Still identifying opportunities to go direct, certainly. It's really going to depend on our fire conditions in the coming days. Moving along, same story. Trying to find our opportunities to go direct. This fire is still currently hung up on the ridgetop here, and we'll just have to see what we can find for direct options, and/or we are continuing to work out the 1818 road as a alternate route and alternate burnout operation possibility down to Little Fall Creek. So that operation to prep the 1818 road should be complete by either end of shift today or sometime tomorrow. Moving up here, we have a piece of fire line here that we've been burning off of, and Baker River Hotshots should be completing that piece of line, that burnout, off of that line today. And that kind of takes us up into the parts of the fire that have been secure for some time, parts of Division Delta, moving into Juliet, all the way over into Lima and down into Oscar. That's all remains looking very secure, but we continue to mop up in areas. We are seeing some areas of fire 30, 35, 50 feet in off of the fire line, well within our fire's edge, but just securing and mopping up as needed. And that takes us all the way down to around the bottom of the boot. Just as a side note, we also have contingency operations going on, prepping roads. That's just a very common thing that we do, and those roads are getting cleared out and prepped for good measure. Structure protection and preparation in Big Fall Creek and surrounding areas is near to complete, and we continue to keep crews in those areas, just sprucing up some of that preparation, and things are looking really good in those areas. And that completes your briefing today. Thank you.